Moving on, and another issue that may be impacting many producers is not getting enough sleep. In the winter months when there's less sunlight, sleep deprivation can be more likely to happen. The good news is it can be fixed, but you have to understand what to do. Nebraska Extension's Susan Harris-Broomfield joined Market Journal's Troy Moling to discuss why getting a good night's sleep matters so much.
Why is sleep so important, and in particular, so important in the ag industry?
Sleep is one of the most underrated, easy ways to stay healthy that I think a lot of us don't take advantage of, especially those in the ag industry. We have these crazy hours, especially during calving season, harvest season, taking shifts, sleeping 2 hours here, 2 hours there. It's just not enough to do what sleep does, which is, you can think of it as this cleaning crew that comes in and sweeps all the toxins out of your brain, and it sends a construction crew into your body to repair your organs, your heart, your muscles. Everything that's had trauma that day is getting repaired and fixed throughout sleep. And if you don't have that sleep time, your body's going to suffer. And especially, I think with farmers and ranchers, I'm really concerned about their cognitive issues. There's this process called consolidation that when you learn something throughout the day, it's cemented in your brain with sleep. Without sleep, it's gone, most likely. You don't remember things as well. And you're klutzier. You know, you don't have, you might be making decisions that aren't safe, that don't warrant safe behavior. So injury is a factor.
Yeah, and that leads into my next question, because I thought there were some pretty startling statistics. One statistic you were talking about, kids on farms are 2 to 3 times more likely to get injured. Any other statistics that you want to share regarding sleep deprivation?
Yeah, that statistic is specifically for adolescents. So that's something that I would love parents to consider in looking at their children and how many hours they sleep. We all think of 8 hours as being the number, you know, but for our kids, it's way different. In that study, it said they are more likely to be injured unless they have at least 9 hours and 15 minutes of sleep the night before. So kids need 9, preferably 10 hours of sleep, and the younger ones even more than that, while we can get away with a lot less than that. Another statistic that kind of blows people's minds is that being awake for extended lengths of time, like about 21 hours, is the same mentally as having a blood alcohol content of 0.08, which is the legal level for intoxication in Nebraska. That's pretty serious. And staying awake 24 hours, if you pull an all-nighter, it's like you're wasted. So good advice is to not get into your tractor, not get into a vehicle. It's just not safe.
And I would assume we're always talking about planting, we're always talking about harvesting, you know, seed selection. So I would think when it comes to a healthy lifestyle in the ag community, sometimes getting proper sleep isn't taken as seriously as it could be, right?
It's a last priority.
Why do you think that is?
The work ethic. You know, it's all about getting the job done. And as we grow up, we're not taught about sleep. We're taught about eating healthy, and we're taught about exercising. But sleep is something that has never been discussed. And another fact with sleep is that in the last 50 years, our length of time overall as Americans sleeping has gone way down. We sleep an hour to an hour and a half less than we did 50 years ago. That's not that long ago.
Yeah.
And you think about the changes in our lifestyles, in our connectivity. I think we can blame it on society.
And you've mentioned this is your favorite topic to cover when working with Extension. So you have a whole bunch of tips for people. What are some of the major takeaways that you want people to know so they can get that better night's sleep?
I have researched this a lot, and I've interviewed several experts on the topic, and with each of those experts I asked them what's the number one takeaway I should give to my audiences, and all of them without fail said the same thing, and you're probably going to be surprised by this. It's get up at the same time every day. You know, most people talk about our bedtime, and since we were little kids, we're taught go to bed at your bedtime, you have a bedtime. But really, to set that circadian clock in your body, it's more important to have a wake time, a consistent wake time. It's telling your body it's time to wake up and not sleep anymore. That's my number one tip. The other two most important ones are probably about light and temperature. So many people think that you should be warm when you go to sleep, but actually your body needs to cool down. So it's most appropriate to have your thermometer set between 60 and 67 degrees. It sounds really chilly, but it's really great for sleeping, and it's better for your body. And the light thing is really important, especially as we age. Our eyes don't allow us to take in the amount of light that's needed to help set our circadian clock. So we are tending to not sleep as well as we age. So exposing yourself to the morning light, going outside and taking in the sunshine, and then at night, again, it's important to lower the lights. The same kind of theory, kind of follow the sun. Lower lights in the evening, brighten them in the morning, and it just helps your body set a regular cycle.
It's all biology.
It is.
Yeah.
It's all science.